Hi everyone, it's Nancy here and I'm back with another process video. I want to apologise for my voice because my sniffle has now turned into a full-on cold, but I really want to get these videos narrated. Here you'll see I had a silhouette cut that I'd used. I'd taken the bits out of. I actually used my silhouette to cut a iPhone 5 cover because there's one in the store and I managed to get a clear case. So I cut it out of this background paper and then decided I wanted to use the rest of it up. I did mirror flip some of my cuts because the reverse side of it is black, so I wanted to make sure I was using that up as well. So I've just taken out a piece of pink cardstock from the Scraptastic kit, and then the black heart piece of paper is from the Glitz Wild and Free collection. And I've just trimmed that down to map that up. I have two photos that I'm going to use. One of them was a 4x4 and the other one was a 4x6, so I'm just going to trim that down and mount them up together. And excuse me. And I'm quite happy to trim my photos down, and I actually prefer, scrapping the two together. I have the space at the bottom of this piece of paper, and I decided to use this bright patterned side. It doesn't really show much of it, and I probably could have used that piece of paper better, but actually it came in a Scraptastic kit and I was lucky enough to have two of those sheets because they were stuck together, so I know I've got another full sheet of that to play with as well. So I'm just going to mount my photos down on that and then trim that up so there's a small border around all the sides. And as I said, you can't really see much of the pattern, but I do bring in some other elements on the page which is also from that pattern. Oh look, and now you get me leaning over and you get to see my face. That was lovely, wasn't it? I'm just looking for my inks because I know I want to add some texture to the background here using my stamps. So I pull out the crushed curry, which is Stampin' Up ink, and I'm just going to use my brayer to add that over. And as you know, I love my brayer, and just adding that in behind the area of where the photo is going to go. I decided that it also needs another colour as well. So this is the Melon Mambo, and it's an older one, and the glue has kind of come off the ink pad, so I do get in quite a mess, but it is still a little bit juicy, so I can still use that. And I take out the small triangular one just to add some more texture in with that background, because I know that pattern paper from Fancy Pants does sort of contain a mustard and a pink, and I want to just pull those colours out. And then just going to add some black splotches of mist. Again, it just kind of adds to the texture. And then I believe I also add some pink, yes, some pink, it's the fuchsia pink from Dilutions. And I've been using that quite a lot with this kit. So I'm really happy, just, it is quite a busy background. I just add some of the coral as well. It is quite busy, but as you know, I like to just add some texture to it because I think it breaks up the bold pattern and, makes it a bit easier on the eye. Even though you're making it busy, I feel it makes it kind of easier on the eye. So I'm just using my heat gun to speed up that drying time. To be fair, the Dilutions dry pretty quick, because it soaks into the paper. It's just the Heidi Swap which takes a bit of a while to dry because that is more metallic, so it's got more of the mica in. So I'm just putting some glue onto my background and just layering that up. I decided to add the inking and sprays first because if it did curl at all, then I'd be able to flatten it down. I did cut that piece of paper because I knew that I wanted to bring some of that pink on here. It wasn't actually big enough to mount the two photos on, so it doesn't cover it all, but it just brings in that pink, and I think it works quite well. I'm just looking through some other bits and pieces that I've got on my desk. That's a piece of the Glitz Wild and Free, and I've used this paper on quite a lot, of layouts recently. It's just kind of a yellow kind of watercolour effect. And I'm just adding that as a kind of bigger mat behind the pink and the photo mat as well. My video is frozen, so I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm pulling bits off the silhouette cutting mat. If there was an easier way to get those bits off the silhouette cutting mat, I think that I would use it 10 times more than I have recently, because it just does my head in. I have these two really fine cuts, and because I'd changed my blade in my trimmer, it works really well. And one says home and one says family. I'm now just going through the ATC cards from Prima and just seeing if I can get some of those to work, and I'm also going through the 4x4 ones as well. These photos are just of a typical Sunday evening when I'm at my parents' house. We do like to have what my boyfriend has actually named a Sinclair party. Sinclair is my surname. And basically, he'll often text me going, what are you up to? And I was like, oh, I'm just having dinner. And he's like, oh, Sinclair party time, so it's cheese, biscuits, and good wine. And yes, that's normally what happens. And normally, the cheese and biscuit course of the dinner will normally turn in sort of an hour, hour and a half of us watching TV, debating what's happening on the TV, having a good gossip, and enjoying good wine and cheese. So I just wanted to document this, and I'm going to journal about the fact that this is our family's, well, me, my mum, my dad's, one of our favourite wines, the Black Stump wine, and I just really want to document that on the page. So that's what the journaling is going to be about. As you'll see, I pulled in that heart die cut at the bottom, and that is from that Fancy Pants paper. And it's quite a busy paper, but I really love it, and it actually works quite well in with this layout. And I've kind of gone with the heart theme because I pulled out that other little the Prima card that had sort of heart banners on it. I also cut out I did a long length of hearts which were cut out, and I'm just going to end up using the middle of those on this layout. So I really like how those layers have come together, and as I said, I'm just going to add that heart to the bottom there, and I do end up then cutting and putting some of the cut up hearts on top as well. I'm just peeling off another piece which I cut out from this paper, and that is like a little speech bubble with a potty people in. And because the reverse of this paper is black, I could just switch that round, so it made those stand out. And I just wanted them, to kind of symbolise my parents, really. And it said it was a really cool effect because the background of the back of that paper is black. I didn't need to cut it out again, I could just use that. And again, it's bringing in that Fancy Pants paper. I decide I need something to mat that on, so I just pull out one of my small doilies and add that over the top. And I really love that cute little people. I mean, yeah, it doesn't explicitly guide the layout, but I really like how it looks, so that's cool. I do then put a little bit of doily up the top there because I just wanted to, make sure that was spread over the layout okay. So I'm just going to stick down my little speech bubble and potty people, and I just think it's so cute. And I said that the family and home are cut from the same paper, but it's the reverse, so those colours work in really well. And I'm just using my wet glue to stick those down. just using little dabs of glue. I do kind of move it slightly, but I'm really happy how it looks and overlapping the photo. And then I stick the family one down, so I'm using the love on the card, that Prima card, so it says family love. And then I'm going to talk about our love of wine and cheese and biscuits and gossiping. So just sticking that down. And I'm not sure because my video has frozen again, which is really annoying that it does that. Oh yeah, I'm just sticking down those hearts, and I do use a reverse side on the bottom, and then contemplate using the bright side, the pattern side, but I actually do turn that over to use the black. And I really like how it looks, and it kind of echoes the black in the background hearts and everything, so really happy how it's coming together. And excuse me, I do apologise. I'm now going through some of the other bits and pieces that I found, the kind of bits that went with the rest of that kit, because I couldn't find the die cuts in a previous layout. And I'm just seeing if any of those are going to work on this layout. And I end up pulling out these arrow pieces from the Fancy Pants die cut pack, and because the colours all match in with that collection, they work really well. So I'm going to add those to the top and the bottom where the photos are. I pull out a camera and I'm going to add it up there, but I do end up putting that down at the bottom because I feel I need to add something down the bottom there just to pull the eye down. Even though I've kind of got a visual sort of triangle thing going on, I don't want it to just look like that's floating down the bottom. So I'm going to stick that camera down, and then I'm just looking for the other bits and pieces, and this is the Ormolu cutter parts, and I cut out the word fun. And I really like how that looks down the bottom there, and it's bringing some of that mustard sort of yellow colour down as well. I know I didn't put any ink spots or anything down there, but you know, if I'd have thought about it in the long run, I could have. But I really like how they're just layered up. I'm then looking at the sticker sheet, which was the words, and had like the alphas and stuff on, but it also had some little tile stickers as well. And then I also pull out the gold enamel dots that came with this kit, and I'm just going to sprinkle those over the layout as well. And I didn't use any gold in the background or anything, but because of the mustard colour, I think it works really well together. And I am just using my little silhouette sticky tool there, I found while tidying up, and that does help me kind of manoeuvre some of the really tiny little gold enamel dots, so I'm sure I'll be using that more, because it is quite handy. Not ready for the silhouette, but it's quite handy. So I'm just going to cover my photo over and just add a little bit more ink over the top, and then that is this layout finished. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to it, so I'm going to put some close-up photos at the end. Again, I really apologise that I sound all snuffly and everything, because I am, so I hope it's not distressing anyone, because I know it sounds a little bit odd. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this layout, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!